Well, it's easier to predict price in the longer term, but I expect Bitcoin to hit close to $50,000 by the end of this year, and the cryptocurrency market as a whole to increase by at least a factor of 5 as a whole. And some of the currencies will do many times that, obviously. So yes, it will increase. This is going to be the big year for cryptocurrencies. But it's already back up. It's already back up to $10,800. I just checked a few minutes ago, and it's climbing again, as I said it would. You know, we need to ignore the short-term fluctuations in any of the cryptocurrency prices because it is impossible for the cryptocurrencies not to increase. They have to increase. Mathematically, they have to because their use is increasing. The more people who use them, the more people who trade in them, the more people who hold them, then the more valuable they become. And so that's what's actually happening. The short-term things is based on fear created by governments and banks. And if we don't listen to the governments and banks, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And even if we do listen, there's nothing they can do. Banks are dead. They're dying and just do not know it. And governments will have to find alternative ways of collecting revenue instead of income tax, because income tax will not be possible in a world where you do not know how much money someone has made. But that's like any government. They cannot enforce it. I know for a fact I have many Chinese friends. Nothing has changed. They have friends in Hong Kong or Switzerland or whatever. Who cares? You know, it's through those agencies that they use and exchange and hold on to cryptocurrency. So, no, governments are powerless to change certain things. Cryptocurrency is one of those things that governments cannot control.
So you think the Chinese government will still be open in this market?
Yes, they will, because the Chinese people are very intelligent, and you have a system of government extending back 5,000 years, with many changes, of course, you know, from the emperors and Mao Zedong and now an opening up, but still, your history is very long. You are very intelligent, observant people, the Chinese. So yes, the government is going to understand, okay, we can't do anything, then how can we cooperate to our best interest? And that will happen. And then sit down at the table and figure things out. No, I'm not worried. It has already changed the world in that I buy almost everything with cryptocurrencies, primarily Ethereum. Ethereum is becoming the currency of choice for just trade and exchange because it's quick, it's easy, it's wonderful. So with Ethereum, I buy houses and cars, clothes, everything. And that's changed my world. I have no more checks. I don't have to go to the bank to do wire transfers. If I'm buying something from China, I send the money. In spite of the fact that China has banned the use, they're still using them. Okay? I still buy goods and services from China with cryptocurrencies and from Russia and from the States and from everywhere. So it's easy, it's private, and it's fast. That alone has changed our culture. Of course they do. Who stands the most to lose? People like Warren Buffett, okay, and Jamie Dimon of the J.P. Morgan. Of course, these people will lose everything. So of course they're going to say it's a fraud. It's not working. Of course they are. What else do you expect them to say? But what they say has no impact on the reality of the cryptocurrency market.
For your followers, just ignore them? Is it?
Ignore them, absolutely. Why pay attention to someone who, number one, has no real understanding of cryptocurrencies, can't even name more than 5, and whose interest is in making sure cryptocurrencies disappear? Well, that's not going to happen. So ignore them, pay no attention, and move on. Well, I'm more concerned with ICOs now, the new tokens that are coming on board, because that's where the future of this entire cryptocurrency world is going. That's where it's coming from, the new creative ideas. So we look at 200 new ones per week, and we filter through and try to find those which I think will have the greatest impact, not on our finances, but on our society, on the way we relate to one another. For example, I talked about the year allowance, which is a smart contract-based contract between a parent and their children, saying an allowance is, in America, if you do the work, we'll give you a little bit of money, okay? But the way it works is, they get the money anyway. But with a smart contract, you put the money in, okay? It's on release when both agree that the task is done. And in the contract is written exactly what's supposed to be done. So that brings parents and children closer together, surely, because you've got to cooperate, you've got to negotiate. Now, things like that will change the world. It will teach children, number one, the value of money and the responsibility that you will have to have as an adult to navigate in the world, in the real world. So those things are great. No, $1 million by the end of 2020. I cannot lose that bet. I promise you. Just working backwards from where Bitcoin has to be, no, I can't lose that bet. There's going to be many times that. Now, people go, how is that possible? Well, how was it possible that in 5 years it went from 20 cents to $15,000? Please, that's not possible, and yet it happened. And in 2 years, it's going to go from 15,000 or 10,000 now to 1 million. That's far less of a gain than it's already achieved. So please, it's not an unrealistic, and I promise you, I cannot lose that bet. It's not possible.